Hi guys, welcome to Susan's Diaries. Susan's Diaries is a space on this channel where I discuss topical issues, things close to my heart, things that are affecting people all around the world. So let's get into the video. So in today's video, I want to talk about the tragic death of gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu. So Osinachi was a Nigerian gospel singer who tragically died at the hands of her husband. She was a victim of domestic violence, and despite attempts from those close to her to get her help, she was killed by her husband. And now there is literally a public outcry all across Nigeria, around Africa, amongst Nigerians in diaspora and Africans in diaspora. And I just think to myself, wow, this was a long time coming. Domestic violence has been a problem in Nigeria for decades. Personally, I know at least 5 women who have actually lost their lives to domestic violence. These are women that were married to abusive men. They stayed with them. They listened to their pastors and they prayed, hoped that it would change, and it never did. And they lost their life. In today's video, I'm putting it to us that we all killed Osinachi. We did. You may wonder, how can that be so? We know that she was actually killed by her husband. But as a society, and I consider myself part of Nigerian society, even though I live in diaspora, as a society, we Nigerians, for far too long, have enabled brutal, narcissistic and abusive behaviour for men. And they've never, ever been challenged or held accountable. Very often when a woman is in a situation where she's married and she's in domestic violence, when she does take the courage to complain to those close to her, often it's met with, well, marriage is not a bed of roses. Or, oh, fast and pray for your husband. Or they tell her to lose weight or to be obedient to her husband. And it's kind of like, domestic violence is part and parcel of marriage. It's almost as if that has been drummed into young women, that is what they need to endure. Tolerate, those words, tolerate and endure, because of course he's your husband. What does that mean? Do we not value our women as a society? Do we not value 50% of the population? We allow them to be handed over to brutal abusers who turn into murderers, putting women through needless torture for years and years, exposing children to domestic violence. Then some of those boys that brutally witness their fathers beating up their mothers, they pick up the baton and they do the same thing. We idolize men as a society. It's idolatry. They are put in a position whereby nothing that they say is wrong. They mustn't be challenged. He's a man. He's a man. And every Nigerian woman, I wouldn't say every, but the overwhelmingly majority of Nigerian women sees marriage as an accomplishment. Marriage isn't an accomplishment. A successful marriage where both parties are happy and thriving is an accomplishment. Maintaining a good relationship is an accomplishment. But having a ring on your finger, let me tell you, is not an accomplishment. And we shouldn't put pressure on women to see marriage as an accomplishment. We shouldn't be pressurizing women to marry. Marriage can be an absolutely beautiful experience if it's to the right person at the right time under the right conditions. But to pressurize women, to tell women that they're nothing unless they're married to a man. The laws, for example, a woman of 30 with her own career, earning lots of money in Nigeria, would find it very, very hard to live an independent life, to rent her own property without being endorsed by a man, whether it's her father, whether it's her brother, her cousin, or a husband. We are boxing women into a situation where the only place that they can be, apart from their parents' house, isn't in the house of a man. And when the woman has been handed over to the man and the bride price paid, she's stuck. You're there till death do us part. In the case of Osinachi, it really was till death do us part. That woman suffered. She suffered brutalities, absolute brutalities, humiliation. Not only did he abuse her financially, he controlled her career. He controlled all the money that was coming in. He controlled every aspect of her life. And I've since found out today that he even abused the children as far as making them experience their mother being beaten up, but going as far as telling them beating up a woman is a good thing. And on top of that, he actually tried to incite them to give their mother a beating when he was beating her. What kind of a sickness? What kind of sickness does Nigeria suffer from when we are perpetuating this? We are allowing this to happen. Men are getting away with all manner of atrocities, inflicting the unthinkable on women, inflicting these things. These women are going into their marital homes and suffering at the hands of brutes, at the hands of childish, juvenile, wicked, demonic men. And it's just all in the name of being Mrs. Such and Such. I'm a married woman, and I can tell you I'm not experiencing anything of this sort in my marriage. But let me tell you, rather than experience all of those things, I would rather be a single woman. It's just not worth it. Life is so short. Life, you only get one life. Osinachi is in the grave. She's not a martyr. It's stupidity. She's lost her life, and then her children, her beautiful children, are left without a mother. These children are scarred. God knows what these children experienced. And as that story unravels, more and more things are coming out. More and more things are coming out. And it's just, when is this ever going to stop? And it's just so sad that it's taken a case of a high-profile gospel singer to make us start rethinking this concept of marriage in Nigeria. Is it going to be yesterday's news when the story dies down? Is it going to go back to business as usual? Are we going to learn nothing from it? You know, I am not so optimistic that anything's going to change. But we need to change. Men need to start teaching their boys from young, from the cradle, to respect women, not to use their fists to brutalize women, to use their fists to protect women, their children, and their families at large. We've got to train men to see women as valuable members of society, not as a slave, not as someone to dominate, not as your servant, not as somebody that's the source of sex or just feeding you. A wife, a life partner, someone that you share this beautiful experience of life with through all the good times and through the bad times, someone who's your rock, someone that's your best friend. I don't understand the mindset of a man who is showing so much hatred towards his wife. If you hate your wife so much, just let her go. If she's not living up to what you expect her to, let her go. Divorce her. You know? Why? But just the hypocrisy. I think it's the hypocrisy that gets me. Seeing on social media, people are commenting on Twitter, people are commenting on Facebook, people are making videos. How many of these people are people who told a friend of theirs, just endure it, tolerate, no, don't leave him, pray, forgive him now, all of that crap. And now that the spotlight is being shined, we're mourning Osinachi. How many of you have warned a friend, don't marry that man because he's not good, because he beats you, because he's got a history, because he's got a criminal record of violence and abuse to women? How many of you, women, men, have actually stood up and told your friend that you oppose their marriage and warned them, cautioned them? How many of you have had the guts to do that? Now that Osinachi's dead, people are now pointing fingers. But many people knew. Many people knew about what she was going through. What were they doing? How can we expect women to just leave their husbands when they know that being a divorcee, being seen as a divorcee, is like being seen as someone who can't keep her home, who can't keep her husband happy? We create this environment that forces women into desperation, desperate to be married before they're 27, desperate to be married before they're 30. Under desperation, how are we allowing women to make good choices about the type of man that they're marrying? When parents are insulting their unmarried daughters, at your age, I was married. Go and find a husband. All of that. How? How are we making matters any better when the man has paid the bride price? You're your husband's property. When we have families that have that kind of mindset, that don't value their daughters, don't value women, don't value them as valuable members of society with something to contribute, I just feel sorry. Sorry for Nigerian society. I am proud to be Nigerian. I am very, very proud to be Nigerian. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we don't have some severe sickness in our society, that it's not a society of narcissistic people, that any inch of opportunity that they get, they'll abuse somebody who they see as lower. And I'm not just talking about in marriage, just throughout the society, from the beginning to the end, from the top to the bottom, from the head to the tail. Any chance that a Nigerian person gets to be above another, to stamp their foot on another person's head, they'll take it. That's pretty much what the society is built on. It's not built on respect. It's not built on love and mutual camaraderie. It's built on me. Me, myself, and I want, I'll get. And often people do whatever they can to get what they want. Let's just look at Nigeria as a country, right? It's a pile of crap. Nigeria is a pile of crap. We have got so many natural resources. We've got so much mineral wealth. And yet, as a country, can we even provide 24 hours electricity to people that live in the country? Can we even provide education? Does the water system work? Have we tackled malaria? Female genital mutilation? Isn't Nigeria run by men? Isn't Nigeria a country that is run by men? These very men that we're idolizing, these very men that we are putting on a pedestal, putting them on the same level as God. Name me a country that oppresses its women to this degree, but is a successful country whereby women are flourishing, children are flourishing, and that people have basic human rights. I put it to you, you will not find such a country. What kind of primitiveness is this? 50% of the population we're oppressing. And you're proud to sit there and call yourself a man. Guys, we've failed. Nigeria has failed. Nigerian culture has failed. We need to do better. Guys, this video is just to provoke thoughts, provoke a dialogue. Guys, please give me your thoughts, whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me. Let's have a discussion in the comment section below. Let's discuss this. Let's put everything out in the open. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you don't agree with me. Anything that you have to add. If you like this video, guys, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.